Wait, hold up. Are you telling me Remy Ma is legally married to DJ Envy? Yup, that Remy, the one we've all seen tied to Papoose for over 10 years now. And yes, that DJ Envy, who's still getting clowned on the Breakfast Club for all those cheating scandals. Turns out, based on newly found legal documents and a pretty sketchy Las Vegas marriage certificate from 2014, Remy Ma has allegedly been secretly hitched to DJ Envy for almost a whole decade. And the wild part? No one had a key. Clue. Not the fans, not Papoose, not Envy's actual wife, not even Charlemagne, and let's be real, that man knows everything. But now it's out. The paperwork speaks for itself, matching marriage certificates, tax records that line up, and even a bizarrely specific prenup that literally bans rap beef. All the receipts are piling up, and Remy's whole loyal queen image? Yeah, it's starting to look kinda staged. So now the question is, was this some weird clerical error? A late-night drunk decision? Or a carefully orchestrated secret that's about to blow up multiple lives, careers, and marriages? Because if these receipts are real, Remy hasn't just been hiding a marriage, she's been living a whole double life. Here's what really has people shook. How did nobody notice this? While the world was out here praising Remy for being loyal, to Papoose, calling them black love goals and saluting her for standing by his side through her prison bid and music industry drama, she was, allegedly, married to DJ Envy the entire time. Yes, DJ Envy. The same guy who cried on air about cheating on his wife. The same man who's hosted relationship seminars with his publicly known wife, Gia. Behind the scenes? Allegedly married to Remy, not emotionally, not secretly, legally. And this isn't a rumor someone cooked up on Twitter. This came straight from the Clark County Recorder's Office in Las Vegas. A 2014 marriage certificate surfaced online, registered, under the names Reminisce Mackey, Remy Ma, and Rashawn Casey, DJ Envy. And once that hit the internet, chaos. But here's what really got people gagged: the date. The certificate was filed just 2 weeks before Remy Ma was officially released from prison. So this wasn't a last-minute mistake or some random decision. They planned this, quietly, strategically, and until now, they hid it perfectly. So how did it all get exposed? You can thank a messy group of hackers who call themselves the Stone's Revenge. Earlier this week, they leaked a folder called Industry Lies, Volume 1. Inside, sealed court files, tax documents, shady NDAs, but one document stood out from the rest. Remy Envy Marriage UN 2014, UNOR certified PDF. People thought it was fake at first, until TMZ stepped in. They contacted Clark County's Vital Records Department, who confirmed on the record the document is 100% real, authentic, and legally binding. So what now? Well, if this is all legit, then basically everything we thought we knew about Remy Ma, DJ Envy, and even poor Papoose was a lie. Let's talk about Papoose for a sec. This man built his whole identity around being the loyal, ride-or-die husband, the guy who waited years for Remy while she was locked up. He made entire tracks about staying down for her. And now, all of that might have just been for show. Papoose had been out here defending Remy's name, helping raise their blended family, and even crying on love and hip-hop during their emotional vow renewal. But now it turns out, those vows might have meant nothing. Why? Because Remy was already legally married to someone else when she made them. An anonymous source claims Papoose found out the same time we all did, when the documents leaked online. That same day, he allegedly stormed out of a studio in Queens, smashed his phone against the wall, and straight up vanished. A close family friend even told an outlet he really thought he was the only one. Turns out he was just part of the script. Meanwhile, DJ Envy? Not a word. No Instagram post, no radio response, silence. Even Charlemagne said it on air. Envy's quiet today. He's usually crying or defending himself about something. But today, nothing. That's when you know it's serious. And here's where it gets even messier. This wasn't just a leaked marriage certificate. There was also a prenup, a full-on, legally binding prenuptial agreement, signed and dated just 3 days after the alleged wedding. And the terms of the prenup? Absolutely insane. It reportedly stated that neither Remy nor Envy could publicly acknowledge the marriage unless both agreed in writing. If either of them had romantic relationships outside the marriage, those were to remain private and never disclosed. On top of that, they were both forbidden from mentioning each other in diss tracks, interviews, or even podcasts. And perhaps the wildest clause of all, if either of them got caught cheating, they both agreed to stay completely silent in public. No drama, no statements, just hush hush, yep. They planned to stay quiet even if they got caught cheating. One legal expert told The Source it's one of the strangest and most airtight prenups they've ever seen. Like this whole thing was designed to never come to light. But now that it has, everything's falling apart. Remy's team has gone into full cleanup mode, removing mentions of her marriage to Papoose from old bios, scrubbing family photos from socials, even allegedly trying to contact Google to de-index certain search results. But the internet never forgets. Receipts are everywhere. Reddit sleuths are digging through old posts, decoding cryptic lyrics, and rewatching every awkward Breakfast Club interview where Envy got real twitchy anytime Remy's name came up. One fan even resurfaced a 2016 clip where someone asked Envy, "Would you ever date a rapper?" And he stuttered through the answer. Back then, it was just awkward. Now, it means everything. And Envy's publicly known wife, Gia, reportedly furious. She posted, and quickly deleted, an Instagram story of her wedding ring sitting at the bottom of a glass of Hennessy with the caption, "Till death do us part, huh?" The comment section? Unforgiving. Fans are demanding answers, demanding apologies. Some are even accusing Remy of secretly juggling two families for years, one with Papoose in New York and another with Envy down in Atlanta during her Power 105 trips. This whole situation reads like a Netflix drama, but it's not fiction. That marriage, it's real. And now, so is the fallout. This isn't a rumor anymore. The paperwork is real, and the silence from both Remy and Envy's camps, it's getting louder by the day. Now, insiders are saying things could be headed to court because legally this is getting messy. Several entertainment lawyers have chimed in, warning that Remy's secret marriage to DJ Envy might legally cancel out her vow renewal with Papoose. Even worse, she could be hit with bigamy claims, and it might throw a wrench into her financial and brand deals, especially anything she signed under the name Reminisce Mackie, which technically shouldn't have existed in its usual form if she was already legally married under a different arrangement. But the craziest part? It might not have been an accident at all. A former assistant who used to work with Remy back in the early 2010s is now making the rounds on shady YouTube podcasts, claiming this entire situation was planned from the beginning. According to this wasn't a love story gone wrong. It was a calculated move. She says Remy never fully trusted the industry, or even the idea of staying loyal to just one man. So she chose two. One for the image and one for the insurance. Her words, not mine. Remy married Envy not for love, but for stability, access to finances, career leverage, and as a backup plan in case her rap comeback didn't go as planned. And allegedly, Envy agreed to the arrangement in exchange for her long-term silence, some undisclosed business backing, and what one gossip blogger called protection from himself. But here's the bombshell. This ex-assistant claims that Envy paid Remy hush money, not once, not as a lump sum, but every single year like a subscription. She alleges $75,000 per year was discreetly wired through a shell company registered in the British Virgin Islands. That money trail hasn't been confirmed yet, but fans didn't wait. They started digging. What they found? Old photos, event schedules, travel logs. And sure enough, there were plenty of weekends where Remy and Envy were spotted in the same city at the same time, often during big events, but never posted anything together. Coincidence? Maybe. But with that much lining up, it starts looking less like fate and more like a carefully managed secret. Even Charlemagne, who'd stayed quiet at first, finally cracked on air. He didn't name names, didn't confirm anything, but he did drop a bar that had everyone side-eyeing. Some folks been treating marriage like Monopoly. But eventually, you land on the wrong square and the board flips. That wasn't a joke, that was a warning. Meanwhile, Remy's team is scrambling. This legal mess could affect everything, from her music royalties to her brand partnerships, even her old reality TV checks. Because if any of those contracts were signed under Reminisce Mackey, while she was secretly legally married under a different identity, it might open up a whole new wave of lawsuits. The fallout isn't slowing down, it's just getting started. Things are only getting messier. Legal experts now say that Remy's contracts, especially those signed under Reminisce Mackey, could not just be voided, but even challenged in court. And the fallout has already started. A major fashion brand that was gearing up to release a capsule collection with her has suddenly backed out. A reunion appearance on a fan-favorite reality show? Quietly scrapped. Even a high-profile interview with a major talk show host has reportedly been pushed back indefinitely. And through all of this, Remy hasn't said a word. Not a single statement, not even a vague tweet. Just total silence, which fans are now interpreting as a quiet admission of guilt. Meanwhile, DJ Envy is out here pretending like nothing's happening. He's still showing, up at the studio, still posting luxury cars, still sharing motivational captions like, "Focus on your bag, not your drama." But let's be real, his bag is on fire. Gia, his publicly known wife, has gone completely radio silent. Their once consistent couples podcast hasn't uploaded a new episode in weeks. According to someone close to the family, Gia is seriously reevaluating everything. In plain English, she's done. And if this situation escalates legally, Remy could be looking at serious trouble. Bigamy charges, breach of contract, and depending on the financial trail, even tax evasion. One Reddit thread that's now gone viral claims to have uncovered nearly 6 years' worth of sketchy payments labeled as consulting fees from DJ Envy's companies to a name suspiciously matching Remy's. Is it her? No one knows for sure, but the timeline fits, and it's not looking good. Fans who once admired Remy for her loyalty in bars are now rethinking everything. The confusion is real, the disappointment is deep, and some aren't holding back their anger. One fan tweeted, "I used to think Remy Ma was the definition of loyalty. Turns out she's been running game on the whole culture." Another wrote, "Envy's married to 2 women and still losing arguments every week. How embarrassing." The memes? Ruthless. One photoshopped cover of Three's Company stars Remy, Envy, and Papoose. Another shows a family tree with both, men labeled as her husbands, and Charlemagne tagged as the only one who knew. And just when everyone thought this scandal had hit its peak, it escalated again. A second marriage certificate just surfaced, this one dated 2020, from an entirely different state. Same names. If that document is legit, and sources say it is, Remy and Envy secretly renewed their vows during the pandemic. No guests, no family. Just a pastor, an updated prenup, and a shady notary. Meaning, not only did they stay legally married, they doubled down. So where does that leave us? Remy Ma is now facing questions that go far beyond her career. DJ Envy is in full-blown silent panic mode. Papoose has vanished. And fans are starting to wonder, who else out here is living a double life? If a secret marriage like this could stay hidden for an entire decade, what else don't we know? Who's faking it for the cameras? Who's legally tied to someone they act like they've never met? This doesn't feel like the end of a scandal. It feels like the start of something. Much bigger unraveling. And one thing's for sure, paperwork doesn't lie. People, though, they'll lie for a lifetime. And now, it's all unraveling, secret by secret, scandal by scandal, one hidden marriage at a time. And just like that, Remy Ma's carefully built image, completely shattered. Now the only question that matters is, what was ever real to begin with? Was Remy truly crafting a legacy? Or was she just stacking lie after lie on top of legal deals, music contracts, and backdoor marriages? Did DJ Envy willingly sign up for this secret life? Or was he caught in something deeper? Something calculated that we may never fully grasp? And what about Papoose? Did he really go a whole decade without knowing? Or has he been quietly watching it all play out, letting the whole mess collapse while he walks away untouched? Because let's be real, this changes everything. Every award, show appearance, every tearful interview, every Black love moment we all reposted. It's all starting to feel like a perfectly produced performance. while the truth was tucked away in a courthouse filing cabinet in Las Vegas this whole time. Is this the fall of Remy Ma's legacy? Will she finally step forward and speak her truth? Will DJ Envy own up to it? Or will Charlemagne have to air it out for him on The Breakfast Club? And here's the real kicker. What if Remy Ma wasn't the only one? That leaked folder, industry. Lies. What if there are more names in it? More secrets, more hidden lives, more marriages we never saw coming? We want to hear what you think. Was this calculated power play or a straight-up betrayal? Should Remy be given grace, or has she crossed the line for good? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. Because if this is the first bombshell to drop, just imagine what's still buried. This isn't just gossip. This is verified manipulation, and we'll be right here when the next name leaks.